Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Hit the Deck. We're here with Mr. Vagram, who sounds surprisingly humid this week.
Yes, I can breathe.
Breathing is always good.
Yes, it is. It is highly underrated.
There is a lot to be said about the ability to breathe. Hey, Preach.
Preacher. So, we are going to gaze into the heart of darkness today. we are going to stare into the deep abyss and try and figure out how the hell it works.
So, I proposed a radical concept. That we take a look at a top tier deck, quote unquote top tier deck that everyone hates, and look at how it works, what its key tools are, and things you can do to disrupt it and or beat it. And of course, Mr. Vagram, being the well-rounded individual and favourite fan of this deck, suggested that we do a Bant Reclamation because he loves this deck so much.
Okay. Seriously though, if you have played Magic the Gathering Arena at any point, I would say in the last week and a half, 2 weeks?
Yeah, easily.
Easily in the last 2 weeks, if you have played it, you have faced this abomination, this monstrosity at least once. And it starts off confusing and then progresses rapidly into not fun and aggravating. Because initially it seems like some weird control deck where they're just not playing any monsters. And then suddenly you're not taking turns anymore. And it's just nightmare after that. We are going to have to take this thing out and hurt somebody with it. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I realize that. It's okay. I've been playing this deck anyway.
Okay, good.
I've been one of
also,
those people.
you're evil.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Do we want to start out by taking it out? I think we should just take it out and let people see just the sheer level of evilness this deck can achieve.
Let's take it out for a spin once, or 3 or 4 times, depending upon land draws, and see if we can make it work. Then you can start to see why I hate it.
We're going in, folks. We're going out ranked as well. This is how much confidence I have in this deck.
Preacher says he's only lost against this deck once. How many times have you played against it? Oh, it's too fast for it. Okay, yeah. See, though, that is one thing that I think can beat this deck, is if you have a fast enough aggro deck. Every time I've lost it, I don't have anything. Every time I've faced it, I don't have anything quick enough.
That's marginally better. Sure, why
not? Yeah, see, I've had a lot of instances where I'm slow on land draw. I've had a lot of instances where
it's everyone's second favorite deck.
It's red aggro, which is the perfect solution to Bant.
Yeah.
Nexus. It's one of the reasons why red aggro decks are so prominent in the meta. Well, in almost every meta, red aggro has been. I think it's been top 5. Is that a fair assessment? You think?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's always at least one red aggro deck of some build in the meta. It's just a constant of Magic because, reaching for a hammer and hitting something over the head with a hammer as quick and as hard as you can is always the simplest solution to solving a problem.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get you love answer, runaway steamkin, tormenting voice.
This is an older version of the. Okay, this is not.
Somebody forgot to start Deckmaster, by the way.
No, they didn't. He says as he starts Deckmaster.
Yes, progressively maintaining your opponent. Exactly, Molrat. Also, hi, Molrat.
Hi, Mora. Progressively containing your opponent. Yeah, I like that.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's basically red aggro has always been somewhere in the top meta. There's always been at least one good, simple red aggro deck build. Basically, get things out on board as quick as possible, beat opponent into submission. Step 3 is basically go back to step 1 and repeat until they're dead. Yeah, it's a classic archetype. Exactly, it is. You know, certain kinds of blue control decks are classic, but they don't always fit in the meta based upon some blocks of play have better control solutions than others. We're going to lose to this, by the way. At least I think we are.
Are we?
Oh, root snare. We have a solution. There's another root snare. Yes, by the time you play the second or third root snare, that's usually about the time the opponent goes, "What? Screw you." But yeah, sometimes in like white doesn't always have the control cards. Blue doesn't always have the control cards based upon what block you're in, what sets you're playing with. So that comes and goes. But green or red being able to put things on the board super quick and pound you into submission has been a fair constant.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. So
Steamkin.
I think both red and green are in a basically Gruul is in a good place because of that.
Well, look, a pyromancer.
Yeah, shocker. Two damage.
Skewer the critics. Oh, Wizard's Lightning. It's close.
I assume they are expecting another root snare or something to stop their funds. They're trying to...
He's probably going to replay the risk factor.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, risk factor. Okay.
If he draws double shock
Green.
off of that, or shock, or basically any 2 burn spells were dead, which he has.
Malrat says green kind of shuffles. Green can be quick, but a lot of older sets, but in a lot of older sets they weren't quick. They had beefy stuff at cost, so anything that could disrupt your critters, you had for additional mana would greatly hamper your actual ability to damage. Now that's 100% true, but that's where green ramp comes into things. Yes, they do have a lot of big beefy boys. Sometimes they can get things out fast. Most other times, it's about generating more mana more quickly than the other average decks, so they can get the big boys out on the field faster. It's a slightly different approach to the red solution of cheap, fast, quick. It's more expensive, fast, quick, basically. But that is true. There have been blocks where green couldn't ramp very well and then couldn't do fast very well. But in current block, you can do a lot of different things with green, a lot of different things with red. And aggro is one of them. So, yeah.
Yeah, red is very good at aggro right now.
Yeah, which does beg the question. I wonder if this is going to be another red deck. This is a different opponent, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, Alex the Wolfman. Okay. Yeah. It does, everything does shift from block to block, but the one thing that seems to have been, like in some blocks, red does actually not have a lot of direct to the face damage spells. That has happened before. They'll have some, but not quite as many as they've had in previous blocks.
Hey, Kugas.
But
ooh, this is a gate stack.
oh, okay. That might take them a bit to get up and going then, considering most of their land is coming in tapped. Discard a card. Yeah, Root Snare, Sun Petal Grove, the Mirage Conjecture. I still really want to make a Saga deck. I just know it would work. I just want to see all those Sagas out on one end of the board, ticking through one by one.
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah. It's one of those you'd have to get someone to to humor you, just to see it play out to any degree. Gatebreaker Ram. I still think it's a really good card.
It's a sheep. It's unfortunate we have 3 root snares in our hand right now. 4 root snares in our hand right now.
We have a complete play set of root snares in our hand right now.
It's okay, all we have to do is outlast him and hope that he mills himself through Guild Summit.
I was gonna say, it seems like Guild Summit in a Gates deck is an advantage, but I could see that being a pretty massive downside very quick.
The last game that I played, I've been playing Gates as my ranked deck.
Right.
And the last game that I played, I legitimately milled myself through Guild Summit. I had like 3 out.
See? I see the advantage, but there's a point where, like, I had a Merfolk deck that I modified slightly. Here goes the Mirari conjecture, kids. Return target card from graveyard to hand. Return target sorcery from graveyard to hand. Until the end of turn, cast an instant sorcery spell. If you cast an instant or sorcery, copy it and choose a new target for the copy.
It's actually slightly too early to play that,
but no, I had a Merfolk deck that I put Vanquisher's Banner into, and I put 2 copies of Vanquisher's Banner into it. You put one out, and you're drawing an extra card. I put the second one out thinking, oh yeah, I'll have +2/+2 to all of my Merfolk. Sure, but I was also drawing 2 cards every single time I put a Merfolk on the battlefield. Yeah. And I milled myself out really quick. I think the opponent spotted the bad idea there and just let me kill myself. So yeah, that's a thing. Chart the course. Aha, Wilderness Reclamation. Good call. We are not available.
I know, Fakram's gone robotic. Are you still robotic, Fakram?
I don't.
No, you're better
I don't
now.
know. You tell me.
No, you're better now. You got over it.
So Mr. Trunks shares out his desktop with me so I can see the game at the same speed he's playing it. The problem is Discord has deemed it useful enough for me to see that in 140p.
Oh my god, is he going to try and counter this?
Pause for reflection.
I thought he was going to try and counter that. I was
Nah, they've
excited.
just got some instant. They've got some instant. The search for Azkanda.
If only we still had a draw spell. I probably should have thought of that in advance.
It's okay.
The whole point of the Mirari conjecture is to double expansion explosion and hopefully kill the opponent in like 1 turn.
Yeah. You how many of those do you have in the deck? Do you remember?
1.
1. Okay, so we need to get that one back. Basically, is what you're saying.
We don't necessarily need to. It's more of a secondary win condition than the actual win condition.
Oh, okay. It's an optional.
The actual win condition is just to infinitely loop Teferi.
Yeah, basically bore your opponent to death until they concede, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. That's the primary win condition. Works on me. After about 20 minutes, I give up. Click.
Speaking of Teferi, I'd really like to draw one around about now.
Your turn.
Sure, I'll keep that.
Shut the course. What you gonna ditch? Ooh, speaking of Teferi, a growth spiral. Ooh. This is where they're gonna go for poor Teferi with the Gatebreaker Ram, unfortunately.
That's okay. We can still root snare because it's still combat damage.
Good point.
He's counting how many land he has so he can expansion explosion to Ferry as soon as he lands. Oh, he's going to explode us?
Weird.
Okay.
Right on, skid. Hurry!
Hurry!
Okay.
Unfortunately, this deck you kind of have to use full control when it gets to the end of turn, so that you don't end up like just untapping everything at once. It's a little bit frustrating.
So, the Bant Nexus Reclamation deck is a deck that relies very heavily on not necessarily a specific order, but it relies heavily upon timing of things. Yes.
Yes, that's fair to say.
That's something we can go over after a few matches of playing it. We can go back to the deck builder, and kind of explain. More root snare. This is right about the time you hear me saying to my monitor, "Oh, screw you."
It's okay. He can explosion us to death if he's drawn the second one.
Yeah.
If he hasn't drawn the
Noticing.
second one by now, I'd be very surprised.
I'm noticing 3 of those Is It Guild Gates over there.
Oh wow, he's not drawn the second one.
Dun dun dun. We still have
Discarded
a
2
chance. Well,
guild summits too. Yeah, let's please. I want that.
I do agree. Root snare is a very white mechanic. It seems weird to see it in green, but
It's always been in green.
I don't know.
It's been in green
what, root
since.
snare?
Yeah, it's been in green since Alpha, when it was printed as
Huh.
fog.
Interesting. Oh, is that where the term comes from? Fog.
Yeah, because the original version was called fog.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. That's interesting. That's cool. Chemist's Insight seems like a really useful card.
It is, especially when it's combined with Teferi's emblem.
Yeah.
If you have explosion, now is the time where you want to use it.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he does. It's a game.
Kaboomski. For 6. Notice they don't do it for 5. They do it for 6. Gotta make sure you're dead. Yeah.
This deck still has not worked yet.
Yes, but it has been met both times with the absolute perfect solution to it, going for the face as direct and as quick as possible. Now, they got delayed some, but they did eventually find that expansion explosion solution to the problem.
We
So.
actually have mana.
And things we can cast.
This is Mono Blue Tempo. Curious Obsession. Attacks. Hits me for 2. Draws a card. So I may as well searcher's counter.
Good luck on that search.
Opponent opts at the end of turn. Don't really need that. Didn't really need the second one of those either.
Ixalan card, Curious Obsession. Interesting.
I'm gonna spell pierce
One
this. Of course you are. It's one thing I hate in an MTG. Jerks who have lethal have the perfect amount to kill you. One creature and some covers and get as far to make it as possible. It's not strictly to preach. Like, there's nothing to say that you do not have an answer for that one creature that they might swing with. Therefore, they ensure that they kill you by swinging with more than one.
If you've got nothing on the board and nothing in your hand, I see it as a jerk move. But quite often you've got at least one or two cards in your hand and they don't know what those are.
Yeah.
Now, unless you're completely tapped out on mana and you couldn't cast anything, there's still some options that could put the kibosh on whatever they're doing. So it's a guess. It's a safety maneuver. It does come across sometimes as kind of bad manners, BM as it were, but I see what they're doing.
Jin? Yep. Thank you. Finally, a thing that we actually need. In before spell pierce.
I get what you're saying, Preach. It does definitely come across as that. I think to a certain extent there is certain mindset, and I know I do this, to see how far into the negative you can get someone when you kill them. It's like some kind of a personal achievement to see how low you can make the number go. You know, oh, I had beat this guy so bad, he was at negative 84 when the match ended. You know,
it's also far less clicks to hit next, attack all, confirm than it is to go
exactly.
Next, click that guy, come back to confirm. You know, it's so much easier to just attack with everything.
That's the next thing. I think a lot of times it's just the ease of the one button attack all solution.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a jerk move until it's actually broken.
It definitely feels like that when you just got, you know, stomped on, and then they come back and start grinding with the heel to make sure you're dead. Sure, but a lot of times it's just efficiency or security. So, yeah. Okay. So Bant Nexus Reclamation. Can't even say that. Explain the core concept of the deck.
So the basic idea of the concept is you get out to Teferi, and you start building him up with his +1 until you can emblem him by doing his -8 ability.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you have that emblem, you basically just exile everything the opponent controls and wait until they get bored and hopefully concede.
Right. So whenever you draw a card, exile target target permanent and opponent control.
Yeah.
So what you're going to be doing is card draw to just start removing everything that you can from the board.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you want to save like your Chemister's Insights and your Charter Courses for when you have the Teferi emblem.
Right.
But they're also incredibly good for actually getting you to the point where you can play either Teferi or Nexus of Fate, just because it's card draw.
So what you can do is when you actually get into that stage where you've got Teferi's emblem up, you then Mirari conjecture and wait for it to hit on that third step,
Yeah.
and use something that gives you card draw to double that and just target yourself again to get more cards and
Yes,
remove a
and
whole
remove
batch of
of
horror.
stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
so
normal
that's the
use for
thing that-
Mirari is to play Explosion and double it at the same time.
Right. But why do things normally?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the point where I had 3 creatures and I think it was 5 land taken off the board in one turn by the opponent. One of the first times I played this deck.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, is when they actually did that last step of the Mirari conjecture, and then they burned a whole bunch of card draw cards in one pass, and suddenly my board was empty. I had no land, I had no creatures, I had no enchantments, nothing. So yeah, it sucks.
It's kind of nasty. So one of the key tools is Wilderness Reclamation.
Yeah.
This basically allows this deck to then tap out. Say you have this turn 5, you tap out to play Teferi. Normally, the next turn, your opponent would untap and probably kill Teferi. However, with Wilderness Reclamation, you can then untap all of your lands at the end of turn, so you have mana open for either a Root Snare or a Pause for Reflection.
Yeah. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Root Snare basically does the same thing.
Exactly the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing Wilderness Reclamation does is it lets you tap and untap your mana multiple times, so you can either Nexus of Fate earlier on, or you can do a massive explosion.
Yeah.
Because technically, the Mirari conjecture lasts until the end of your end step, so you can still do an explosion in your end step, and it will be doubled by Mirari conjecture to abuse the tap untap of the Wilderness Reclamation.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
The only unfortunate thing is with MTGA, there is no tap all of my available mana button. So you have to manually go in and tap each land individually, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. So, this is one of these deck concepts that, I mean, I have to sit back and kind of marvel at
somebody who looked at Nexus of Fate and went, I can do something with this.
Yes, what can I snap onto this to make it as horrible as possible for my opponent? I get, I just marvel at people that can snap together such a precise, almost clockwork mechanism for a deck like this. It really is amazing. Unfortunately, to be the receiving end of a deck like this, it's the worst kind of amazing, but it is impressive to see it work.
Hey, Razor.
I have kind of lost track of the number of people running this deck or some slight iteration copy of this deck, though.
Yeah, there's variations of this deck. Like some of them use precognitive perception to draw cards instead of Chemist's Insight, and there's like little tweaks. Like some people will run Karn instead of Explosion, so you can make construct tokens with his -2.
Right.
Some people don't run Mirari conjectures, instead run like more Pause for Reflections. You know, there are tweaks that you can make to this deck. But the core sort of revolves around this whole Wilderness Reclamation, Teferi Nexus, and then the 2 fog effects.
Yeah.
And a bunch of card draw, basically.
There's 6 individual instances of 2 different fog effects.
Yeah.
4 Root Snares and 2 Pause for Reflection. If you were going to face this deck with, I'm not sure how we would, various different kinds of mixed purpose decks. They have some creatures, some combat tricks and stuff like this. Or maybe with different kinds of decks. Like for an aggro deck, the greatest solution going against this is just go for the throat as quick as possible, right?
Yes. Basically, if you're playing an aggro deck, you need to go fast and hit them really, really hard. You have until roughly turn 5 or 6. If you haven't killed them by then, you've probably lost.
Yes.
It's still possible to kill them after that, but it's incredibly difficult. I have done it, but I generally lose hope before then.
if I was playing some stage of a control deck, like a white or blue or a mixture thereof, some stage of control, how would I try to beat this deck?
So, I mean, the key card is probably Nexus, but
Right.
because of its second clause, if it's put into a graveyard from anywhere, you shuffle it into the library instead. The only way you can really get around it is by exiling it.
Right.
There are a couple of tools that do that. There's Syncopate, which counters it and then exiles it. There's Devious Cover Up, which does the same. And there's a blue-black card that does the same. You can literally just choose Nexus of Fate and exile all four of them. But in terms of control, you really want to stop them taking extra turns with Nexus. A lot of people sort of go for Teferi, which is a right call as long as you're not leaving yourself open to other things, because even without Teferi, the deck can still Mirari Conjecture into Explosion.
Right. Now, I think it's interesting that you've only got one expansion explosion in this deck.
Primarily, it's because you can loop Nexus of Fate infinitely and draw whatever card you need to eventually. But you also have Search for Azcanta, which when flipped, you can basically sift through the top 4 cards of your library, and because it's a land, it untaps every end step when you have Wilderness Reclamation.
Ah, okay.
So with multiple Wilderness Reclamations, you can use Azcanta multiple times.
Because you could order the process for how
Yeah.
it goes, how the triggers hit? Okay.
Yeah, so you
okay.
basically,
Interesting.
when you hit your end step, all 4 trigger, or however many triggers of Wilderness Reclamation you have, will go on the stack. You can then resolve the first one to untap your lands, and then if you're in full control mode, you can then take other actions, and then once you're ready, you can then resolve the next one, take more actions, resolve the next one, take more actions, etc., etc.
Right. So, I think the biggest... He's got 4 copies of Teferi, so killing one Teferi off the board isn't going to solve the problem. Another one might come back.
Yeah, I mean, unless you use something like Ixalan's Binding.
Right. I was going to say, if you have stuff like Ixalan's Binding or other such lockdown spells, that could be a solution to take Teferi off the battlefield, at least temporarily. There's only one Mirari Conjecture. Ixalan's Binding. Yeah. Good card. If there's only one Mirari Conjecture, there's only one expansion explosion.
Yep.
But as you pointed out with Search for Azcanta, there's ways to find those cards.
Yes.
So red and probably green is basically going to be get out creatures, go for the throat as quick as possible. Blue-white is going to be try to lock down stuff like the Mirari Conjecture or counter it.
Yes.
Or like Teferi or Nexus of Fate. Try to counter them or lock them down once they get onto the battlefield. Remind me, go over to Nexus of Fate again. Is that an enchantment? Is it sorcery?
It's an instant.
Instant. Okay, so that's going to be counter it, and that's about the only solution.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even if you don't have an exile counter, still countering Nexus can throw them off.
Right. Yeah.
Because if they're
There's 4
like
copies
relying
of
on
it,
that
yeah.
Nexus to get off another turn to like play a Wilderness Reclamation into something, you know, you can throw them
Yeah.
off quite easily just by countering that one. It will get shuffled back in, but then they have to try and find another one.
I could see a blue-white deck doing very well against Bant Nexus. But of course, the simplest solution is go red, go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ixalan's Binding, Immortal Sun answers to Teferi. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah, okay. What was this preacher said? A blue-white-black deck that not only mills the deck, but exiles the cards and uses the exiled cards to damage the opponent and create flyers. That's what I would like to see. I'm not even sure what that would be. Hiya. Where's Usurper? Okay, apparently he's got a specific idea already.
Notice I didn't say fair. I can get rid of anything.
I get mean ideas sometimes, says Dark Preacher. He says I went against a deck that had out two 1,000-year storms. Fool ended up milling himself to death with a hypothetical and radical idea. Yeah, I have seen 2 or 3 instances of people accidentally milling themselves just because I could hold off long enough.
I accidentally milled myself earlier when I was playing my Kate deck.
Whoopsie. I think there's a point where your opponent figures that out and they just play the waiting game just to watch and giggle. Dovin, Grandor, what are you putting together? Unmoored Ego, Kaya's Wrath, the Fairy Hero of Dominaria, Dovin, Grand Arbiter, Kaya, Orzhov, Usurper, Cry of the Carnarium, Hero Precinct 1. Wow. Ethereal Absolution. He's creating a coalition of planeswalkers to combat this great evil.
See, Mora knows what I'm trying to do.
Apparently, yeah.
Probably a Syncopator too.
Not wrong, yeah. Okay. 61 cards. 60 cards. Wow, you have a plains, an island, 2 swamps, and a whole bunch of really interesting mixed lands. That's cool.
Okay, what's our color breakdown right now? So we have less blue, but all of our blue is mostly multicolored spells.
Urza didn't have as many wild cards as Trunks does. Don't you have a lot of cards that... Well, actually, no. Those... Never mind. Those actually do count as dual lands, don't they?
Which ones? These ones?
Yeah, the ones where they say they come in tapped unless you have a swamp or a plains. But those count as swamp plains.
No, the other dual lands do though.
Oh, the other ones do.
So, like, you have Glacial Fortress, which comes in the battlefield tapped unless you control plains or an island. But Hallowed Fountain is the one that counts as both a plains and an island.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna have a lot of land that's gonna come in tapped until like after a certain kind of
theoretically.
Okay. It's interesting.
Okay, I have no idea if this is gonna work, so we're just gonna regularly play this.
Oh, I see how it is. Okay. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
It should be interesting, yeah.
You've got a lot of cards in here that I have not used directly, so I don't have an immediate, intimate knowledge of if they're working.
It's okay, neither have I. Player 70712, man. Such a memorable name.
Such personality, such lore behind their username.
I go first? Yeah, sure, why not?
If this works, you may have just created a new meta for this season.
We'll see.
Yeah. Friends are buckles and seatbelt for chaos.
Yeah. Opponent seems to be playing Esper Control but can't find lands? Question mark. There's a 100% chance this gets countered.
Oh, they're looking at their cards. Essence Scatter. Good call.
Oh look, it's a mill deck.
Uh-oh. Oh, Psychic Corrosion. Oh, there's all 4 of them.
Bye.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh. So all 4 of those just got exiled from the game?
Yep.
Whoa, that's nasty. There goes the deck combination.
Yeah, pretty much.
All cheer for the evil coalition of evil. That would piss me off, says Mulrad. Yep.
I mean, he can still beat us with Drowned Secrets, unless we draw another Unmoored Ego, so that I can remove all of the Drowned Secrets from his deck as well.
Yeah.
And then his only out is Azor the Lawbringer, which we can counter. He's about to play Azor the Lawbringer now. Oh no, he's not. Oh look.
An Unmoored Ego. You gonna counter it? Got it in you, buddy.
I don't know that you can.
Well, I mean, most of his hand is already...
Yeah, I mean, he has stuff and things, but like his only counter
got-
spell is creature spell.
Yeah, right now.
I think opponent is now roping us because he's realizing what we're about to do to him.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah, I just dismantled the deck in 2 casts of 1 card.
Oh, he only has 1 Drowned Secrets. Transcend Melody, Settle, Search, Essence Counter, Cleansing Novas, River's Rebukes, Teferity, Excellence
Disdainful
Binding.
Stroke, yeah. Crap. Player 70712, exactly. Well, there goes the other one. Now we just got the one on the board to worry about.
Yeah, which we have Mortifies that we can deal with eventually. Sure, you can gain all the life you want. Oh no, Azor the Lawbringer. Oh man. Fortunately, I can't cast instants or sorceries, but... So he's going to swing and gain 3 life and draw 3 cards.
Okay.
Probably.
He's also got 7, which means he's going to have to cast a bunch or discard.
Okay, he's not drawing any cards. Nope, he has Reliquary Tower.
I think I faced this deck. I've seen a lot of decks use Reliquary Tower and hand draw. Lots of them I've been facing again. I'm not sure I've seen one where they pulled out Azor the Lawbringer on me, but aside from Azor, we've slowed the pace of the deck down dramatically just by 2 Unmoored Egos. So, okay, draw a card, gain 3 life. Back up to 6. And they've still got Settle to Wreckage, Blink of an Eye, and Essence Scatter.
Okay, so he's realized there's no point in him drawing cards.
So he's going to the base, basically. Fortify. Fortify is a really good card.
No, Makaya.
There's a Teferi in there somewhere, but you've got one in hand, so.
Okay, he's now no longer going to mill us, although we're dead in 2 turns.
Search for Azcanta. Okay.
There's nothing in
Oh,
your
it's
deck
called-
to search for. I have killed your combo. To furry. No! Oh, that's game. That was funny though.
You very expertly dismantled the entire concept of the deck, though. It basically just turned into a slightly fancy aggro deck at that point.
How many lands are we running? 25. Nah, 26 should be okay. I don't really want to go up to 27 lands. Go up to 3 Dovins instead. Let's try this. Yeah, one of the things, like, if you can identify what the deck is trying to do, you can fairly easily dismantle it if you know what to look for. So, like, as soon as he played Drown Secrets, it's like, yep, that's a mill deck, so he's going to have Psychic Corrosions in here somewhere.
Psychic Corrosions and Drowned Secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh look, we have more than 2 lands. Oh look, we can actually cast Absorb on curve. Warrior 78. Could you, like, kindly choose to keep your hand? Thanks. Mountain G2 Lava Runner. Oh, it's a forest. Llanowar Elf. Swamp Wildgrowth Walker. Oh, damn. So close. Wildgrowth Walker. Centaur Courser? This is a pre-con. I feel bad now.
Don't.
No, because it's probably going to annihilate us. No, my face. You get a giant growth that. Sorry, Titanic growth, I think is the current version of that card. Greenwood Sentinel. My face. I mean, I could try and syncopate it for 0, but.
Let's see how much more of this green ramp they get built.
Look, it's just a little 2-2. Leave it alone. Hi, Ferg. The card playing goes very carding and playing.
There are much cards. Uh-oh. Red alert. We don't want that on the field.
Dang it, they changed it. Dang it.
What do you mean?
Well, they used to have to confirm that they wanted to pay 0, and lots of people didn't press that button.
Oh. Yeah. You were toast, buddy.
Yeah, pretty much. So you used to be able to syncopate things for 0, but they then changed it so that anything that you had to pay 0 for, they automatically confirm. which is mildly frustrating. Ooh, there's new private beta content. Okay. Sorry. The Division 2 new private beta content is available. It's actually pretty good. I know, Mora. It's a terrible shame. Forsaken Sanctuary, huh? This is a vampire deck.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually know it's a vampire deck. I'm making an educated guess.
It's a valid one. Probably. Is it just just a vampire deck, or is it an Orgeat deck?
Wow.
Plague Crafter. Okay, that escalated quickly.
Wow. Screw you, buddy. I've got another one. Opponent says, screw you too, because so do I. What the fuck?
I said
What?
no. Ah, that's hilarious.
What? This is...
You produce something and they just swat it out of your hand over and over again. Oh my god. You gonna take away all their plague crafters? You're unmooring it. You cast Unmoored Ego with no idea what to look for, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Excellent.
Opponent.
Binding. Kaya, Teferi. Wow, they have no mortifies? They have no mortifies? Why are you even playing black fucking white if you don't have mortify?
Was that a failed Unmoored Ego?
Yeah.
Trunks.
However, I know exactly what they're trying to do now.
Uh-oh.
The only thing I didn't see was Dovin Bant. Oh, I can't look at their deck anymore. It's unfortunate.
No, but you can look at their whole hand.
Let's add this battle to your record.
They, Ixalan's Binding. They have an Eldest Reborn.
Yeah, that's why I'm creating a Thopter.
Vraska's Contempt. Search for Azcanta. Ixalan's Binding. Chemistry's Insight. Chemistry's Insight. Okay.
They're gonna Eldest Reborn. I'm assuming, although I don't really see the point because there's nothing to bring back with it. It's not a Hero Precinct 1.
They could bring back their Plague Crafter. Right?
Yeah, they could.
I don't know why. It's the only thing they got in there.
Take one! Ha! Dominance asserted. That's it, the game's over, we've won. We hit them in the face with the 1-1 Thopter.
I poked thee in the eye. Exactly, Preacher.
Ha! Take 5. Now they're going to Ixalan's Binding through your Absolution.
Creatures you control get +1/+1. Your opponent's creatures get -1/-1. They are. Oh my god. Zoop! There it
cast
goes.
Search for Azcanta. It's almost like I know what the opponent's going to do. Hi. Bye.
Are you haxing? Oh, you got your thing back. Hey. Mortify. Search for Azcanta. You're just creating all of these tokens that you're going to swap them with.
Yeah, basically. This is what you wanted, Preach, right?
They quit. Wow.
I didn't even get to play Kaya and start exiling things. Does everyone want to see the new rare protection in action? Watch this. Ta-da! Look, I got 20 gems.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, yes, that does mean I will have every single rare in the current set.
I have a hero for Precinct 1 stuck up on the screen because of Deckmaster. It won't go away.
I mean, you can refresh or mouse over another card when I start this game. Oh, wow, this is... Wow. Fuck it, we're keeping it. Screw it. I'll just take some damage. It's okay.
Yeah, it went away. I can see things again. Divine Intervention. I think this deck is gimmicky enough trying to turn it into an Angel Factory. It was a little dicey. Yeah, I'm at a Sapperling-based Angel Factory. It kind of works, too. Gives me a 4/4 Angel every turn. It's wondrous.
You've got a Lightning Strike in your hand. You have to let it resolve first so you can kill it. Or a Shock, one of the two. He's going to kill it, one of them. Yeah. What don't you understand, Ferg, apart from like life in general? Jade Ranger? Okay.
Okay, is it a Gruul Merfolk deck?
It's probably 3-color. I'm guessing we're going to see blue somewhere for Hydroid
3-color good
Crisis.
stuff.
No, you cannot have that Jade Light Ranger. Bad opponent.
They've got a Druid of the Cowl and a Mountain in their hand. Ooh.
I unfortunately are drawing land. We're gonna get beaten to death by a Jade Light Ranger. Hi, have some land, Trunks. Chat, can you bring me something that's not land, please? Like, I'd take anything at this point. I'd especially like Kaya's Wrath. Cry of the Carnarium also works.
Well, there goes 2 out of the 3.
I'm not too worried about the Druids, if I'm honest. I'll adapt that and get another one and then play that one and then adapt that next turn. Yeah, I know how this goes. Oh, we need to put Deputy of Detention in this deck. That's what's missing.
You need to put what?
Deputy of Detention.
Deputy?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Cherry MX Red.
They're actually Cherry MX Fasts or something like that.
Well, what color is that?
They're like the new shiny ones that they brought out for the K70.
But they are Cherry MX.
Yes, yeah, they are cherries.
Yeah. Yep, I can tell by the sound. Oh, this is going to get out of hand quick.
One or less. Yeah, I can't really do anything with that.
Isn't that Kaya in the artwork for Ethereal Absolution?
Yes, yes it is.
Okay, I thought so.
Okay, so he did not search for any more Growth Chamber Guardians, so I'm fairly confident he doesn't have any.
I'll phase through anything that stands in my way.
Oh, shit.
Call to Primal Hunger. Okay. Oh, 3 lightning strikes. There we go.
He does have more Growth Chamber Guardians. Branchwalker, Carnage Town, fuck. Banefire. Domri.
There's another Galta.
More Carnage Tyrants. Rekindling Phoenixes. Okay.
This is some weird aggro deck. Like a big aggro.
It's okay. He's only in 11-11.
We're doomed. You're going to get land next turn anyway.
Oh, we're dead anyway.
Oh, there you go. Yep. Clunk, clunk.
Okay, so as funny as Unmurred Ego is, that belongs in the sideboard. Also not terribly happy with Cry in the Carnarium. What do I want instead? Yes, that is what I want. Oh, Thought Erasure. I think Thought Erasure.
Hey, why don't you use Thought Erasure?
I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. Nah, Thought Eraser's a terrible card. I mean, it's a fantastic card, but it's also a terrible card.
I'm so confused. So the overall goal of this deck is to take cards away from them and use them against them?
Yes.
Okay.
The overall goal of this deck is to exile all of the cards and then use Kaya's -5 to destroy them.
Ah, okay.
I don't know that Dovin fits in here.
Why'd you put him in?
Because he's funny.
Okay.
Now, however, we have space for Thought Erasure. Oh, Hostage Taker. Nah, I'd rather take 4 Deputy Detentions. Okay, let's try this. Ferg says, I still want to upgrade my motherboard and processor. What are you running just now, Ferg?
Fergie, are you still running a... Are you
still
I'm
running
trying to
an
remember if you
AMD
have an
space
AMD.
heater?
Yeah, I was about to say. Do you still have one of those AMD space heater CPUs? My feet are toasty warm. Why is the plastic facade on the front of my case melting?
No. Sure, we'll take that. Absorb? Sure, why not? Oh no, we're playing against Shiva, we're doomed.
Yeah, that does not bode well in terms of player names.
Thoughts. Oh no, it's not Thought Erasure. Oh no.
Dire Fleet Protector.
Screw it. We may as well start the beams off early.
They've got some like murder equivalent in their hand somewhere, so probably.
Yes, I'm not going to block the Dire Fleet poisoning, you fucktard. Hi. Please give me cards.
Departed deckhand. Okay.
Sure, why not?
Is it like a blue-black pirate deck?
Yeah, probably.
What's going on there?
Ooh, he's running out of black mana. Nope. Nope.
I think the weird pixelated and stretched pirate flag above the ruined raider is strange. Like when it comes into play and it does its thing, shows up on the right side of the screen, it's got this really weird stretched out flag over the top of it. So now you start using, there's that pirate flag again. They start using their own
raid
toys
trigger.
against them. Yeah.
Yeah, all we have to do is draw land and then we can use Theo Absolution. We'll be fine.
Of course it'll be fine. Because Magic the Gathering always gives you the land at the exact right pace that you need it.
Exactly.
We're doomed.
No, we'll be fine.
Do you believe in the heart of the cards, Trunks?
Yes.
I don't.
Oh no, we took two. See, I told you we'd be fine.
That's the last land you're going to see. That's my prediction. Oh, God.
Unfortunately, Thief of Sanity discards the cards and doesn't exile them. But these two
Yeah.
still count as being exiled, which is kind of funny.
Kite Sail Freebooter. Kaya's Wrath or Kaya Orzhov Usurper. I was about to say. They're going to sit on Kaya. Man, they have a lot of flyers in this deck.
What was that about? The only land I'm going to see?
Oh, you got another one. Game is being nice to you.
Yeah, it has flying. You can't block it with the dead fleet poisoner. I'm sorry.
They just killed their own thing, which I find funny.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, isn't it?
Now they're gonna put one of their own cards back out against them. Wait, I used to own that card. Deputy of Detention. This is like some weird and twisted different version of our Chaos and Mayhem hijacking deck. We take their things away from them and then use them against
them.
yourself.
Yeah.
Against them, yeah.
Placed undead core.
This is like a blue weird version of it.
Bags. Hit the road.
Wait, did you just take one of their black mana out of their deck?
The graveyard, yeah.
Oh, out of their graveyard, so they can't go back and fetch it and use it?
Yeah.
They
Why
only
would
got
you
two
not
right
block
now.
the Thief of Sanity?
Because they don't know what it does. It's got a wall of text on it, man. Rig Hauler, Kite Sail Courser. We're an island.
Oh, that's why he blocked that way. Because he's going to Chupacabra it.
Chupa Chupa. There we go. Well, that toy's been taken away. Now we have to wait for the next one to get drawn.
Even
Thankfully,
more
we still have 2
lands.
cards that used to be theirs. I think the game's biased to like you. I don't think this is fair.
I should have played the Dead Eye Recaller the other after I attacked instead of before.
Nah. Mortify! 40!
Finally kited somebody to death. I can now quit the game.
You can retire victorious.
I can retire now.
So that's the weird deck actually working.
That's the weird deck actually working, and this is all Preacher's fault. I'd just like to point everything that out to everyone. It's all Preacher's
Coalition
fault.
of Evil. All Preacher's fault. Preacher's, you're going to call it Coalition of Preacher or what? Coalition of Evil, Preacher's fault. I didn't think it'd let you give. Yeah. I was about to say, I didn't think deck names could be that long.
It doesn't really fit Coalition of Evil anymore because we took Dovin out.
Just call it Preacher's fault. I have one called Preacher's Coney. He made a hot dog deck for me. Ferg says, yay, not mine. For once, something horrible isn't Ferg's fault.
Yes. For once, something horrible is not Ferg's fault. Well done, Ferg. Okay, what should we do now?
This is not horrible. This is awesome. You know what? Let's take the game breaker out again.
Game break?
Wait a minute. Is that the one that crashes it, or the really, really crazy health
Yeah,
one?
no,
Is that the
that's,
same one?
that's both the same one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's take this out for a spin once, and just get a reminder of how wacky it is, and then maybe we could do something with it. Hello, Aaron. How are your meatballs?
Wait, what do you mean 64 cards? Was there always 64 cards in this deck?
Didn't you just add some and take it over 60?
No, apparently there have always been 64 cards in this deck.
Delicious, thank you for asking. You're welcome.
Also not running any dual lands at all. Except for 2 Sun Petal Groves. This is odd.
You're odd.
Thanks.
I'm going to make some crinkling noises. You ready?
Oh no, not the crinkling noises.
Okay, I'm done.
What the hell is that?
Paper crinkling noises.
Is this your industrial sized bag of coughs medicine, Ben?
No. No. That's... See, slightly different. It's more plastic.
Slightly deeper. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll keep this. Why not? It has all of the I hate you cards in it. Hi, Illyrium. That's not horrible. This is awesome, mostly because I have all of these cards.
Cards, yeah.
Happy to help, Preach. Armagerd, it's Llanowar Elf. We're doomed.
It might poke us.
Forest, Steel Leaf Champion, Jadelight Ranger. No. I wonder if this is Moist Golgari.
Moist Golgari. Yeah, the wife just stuck her head in and made a face. I'm not sure I want to meet a Golgari in person, much less a moist one. Ugh.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want to meet a moist one either.
Oh god, another mana elf.
Want to buy one more land, please? It's definitely Golgari. That's not a land game. Carnage Tyrant. Golgari Fine Broker, eh? Getting back at Jadelight Ranger? Dryad Green
Yeah, guys. Guy's Blessing's a good card, Lyra. What is going on here? What is this deck?
Why are you attacking me for one when I have a Fountain of Renewal, you Oh, well, there goes my Cleansing Nova.
Yep. You're not having that toy. Nope.
It's okay, if we can draw another land that gives us any colour of mana.
Ooh, Primal Amulet's nice.
That is not a land. I'm waiting for the Carnage Tyrant to inevitably drop. Okay, so it was not a land card.
We know they have one?
No. That's what I'm worried about.
Made a horrible mistake. I can't close the graveyard on Deckmaster.
Yeah, Deckmaster's a bit finicky.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna restart the whole page, refresh it. Ooh, another Primal Amulet. Oops, quotes.
Okay, so that was not a land either.
I seem to have dropped my murder. Uh-oh. They're just gonna Lana War you to death. This is weird. Uh-oh. Wait. They discarded a Chupacabra? Super odd. Two health every turn.
I'm only doing this to flip the Primal Amulet so we get more lands.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, being able to add a mana of any colour is pretty good. So he's going to hit us for 4. We're going to gain 2, so we'll go to 17. Do not kill my primal amulet. God damn it.
Yep, they fast-tracked that one out specifically to do that.
God damn it.
They're going to take your fountains away from you next turn.
No!
See, he's
Use
looking,
the
they're
wellspring!
looking at him.
Oh! Fuck you, auto tap.
You turned that off.
I turned it back on again.
Why?
Because I was bored manually tapping Lana.
Well, you got what you deserved.
What?
Liliana, the Necromancer.
Wow, you really killed a Vraska for a Fountain of Renewal? So I would really like some more cards. Oh god.
The Immortal Sun.
Play thy planeswalkers.
That goes out next turn, doesn't it?
Yeah. So he's gonna have Vraska to kill that primal amulet. Shut up, Vraska. Stop making silly comments. Oh no, a ravenous chupacabra.
Played for no value.
Hi, Immortal Sun here.
Oh, you have a Planeswalker solution.
I like how the opponent's not hitting resolve on this. He's just looking at it going, fuck.
Because suddenly he can't kill it with Vraska anymore. Now, that being said, you're dead from creatures next turn. But, you know, hey.
It's okay, we're going to draw that card that I need to draw.
Which
Golden
is
Sun's Demise, I believe.
Cleansing Nova?
Cleansing
Settle
Nova
the
would
Wreckage?
also work, yeah. Settle the Wreckage would also work, but it would give him a massive advantage.
Settle the Nova, Cleansing the Wreckage.
Please give me the card. Please. Come on, magic gods, I only need one thing of you.
Golden Demise?
Look, just hit the damn resolve button. Thank you.
A Plains! Oh, you're so lucky. You got exactly the card you needed, didn't you?
Three, 5. Oh, we survive on 1 life. Ha!
Skin of your
It's
teeth.
a land. Screw your duress.
Oh, God. I don't even understand what the overall target for this deck is. It's just good value
Yes!
and utility. 2 points! Cleansing Nova!
We survived to
And?
limp on another day.
And? Come on, hit the button, you asshole.
Oh, murder.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to mass murder everything right now. This is where they're going to get pissed and pound the keyboard. Son of a bitch. Whoosh.
I really wish there was a nice reaction so that you could go, yeah. So I have exactly lethal murder.
They gotta be screaming at their monitor now. Excellent splicing. Oh god, now you're just gonna start getting life again. You wanna bind one of their planeswalkers?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Which one?
Probably Vraska. Just in case he has something that can kill the Immortal Sun, I really don't want Vraska coming back to haunt me.
He's got green, he has access to crush, what is it? Crushing Canopy? I think that takes good care of artifacts or enchantments. Or maybe it's just artifacts. I mean enchantments. Can't remember.
I think it's both.
It's one option kills flyers, and the other option is enchantments and I think artifacts? Sanguine Sacrament.
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god. Holy Christ, you're at 35 health.
How the tables have turned.
Now he's gonna poke you for one while you heal for one the following round. Oh, that's hilarious. That was dirty, says Mallrat. Yeah, the tables are gonna get flipped. You're right, Breach. You gain 2 life. Primal Wellspring. Zoop. Whoosh. Oh my god, Vraska's Contempt. You just, you gain 2 life and draw a card. Okay. Gaia's Blessing. Revitalize and a Primal Amulet. And what else?
Revive, Revitalize, and 2 Primal Amulets.
2 Primal Amulets. Okay, yeah. Cleansing Nova.
I genuinely don't care about your Druid of the Kill, dude. I genuinely don't.
Oh my god. Hey, more mana. And there's another Immortal Sun. Yeah, it means your spells you cast would cost 2 less, and all your creatures you get +2,
It's a
+2.
legendary artifact.
Oh crap, you can't have 2.
I am considering Cleansing Nova to destroy all artifacts and enchantments just to kill off his treasures.
Do it.
But then
Well,
I'd
I don't
have to
know.
pay 6,
Actually, it might be
1, 2,
worth
3,
it to
4,
hold off to see if he
5,
pulls something big
yeah.
out of his butt. Well, this doesn't look lopsided at all. Exactly.
Look, I was on
43 to
2
10.
life. 2 life,
and he went up
and
to
I stabilized.
35. Now, if I remember right, the first time we played this, you stabilized this. You did the same trick, but at 1 life.
Yeah, something like that. It was fun.
Yeah. So,
Oops.
revitalize, cast down.
Look, there's Golden Mice.
Oh god.
Just what we needed. Like 17 turns ago. I'm kind of curious as to why the opponent has not quit yet.
Maybe they just want to see if they can finally actually pull something out of their butt and beat you.
Yeah, possibly.
So dirty, says Mulred. This is the kind of deck you have to take a shower afterwards when you're done playing it. Except for guys like Trunks, he likes wallowing in this filth.
Sure, you can play Liliana. You can't do anything with her. But yeah, go
Just
ahead
in
and
case
play
you-
her.
Just in case the Immortal Sun gets killed, you got a backup. This is filthy and evil, and I like it, says Dark Preacher. Yeah. Wow. Look at all the land we have.
I know, right?
Weird. They just keep giving you more land. I mean, you're getting some draws. It's not just wall-to-wall land, but it's pretty high.
Ah, yes, Azor's Gateway.
Uh-oh. Okay. You just untapped it. I mean, you just transformed it.
Not quite. I need five or more different converted mana costs.
Ah, okay. Yeah, uh-oh. It's a Lana War Elf.
Quick, kill it.
It had to have been followed up by a son of a bitch. There's certain decks that I have actually sat there and I've just played along because I wanted to see how they work, to see if I could, learn something from it or replicate it. I'm curious if they're doing the same thing. Yeah, kill it before they spread. Exactly, Dark Preacher. You just gotta slide that Liliana's under the table, just like the Braskas. We have 2 rows of lands. I have never had that before.
Oh, I have.
Seriously?
Oh, look, a Carnage Tyrant.
One of those complicated attempts. Uh-oh.
Oh, look, a Carnage Tyrant.
Wait. Cleansing Nova will still take care of that.
Yep.
Ah!
Oh, look.
Sanguine Sacrament again. It's just so glorious when it works. Whoosh! Like a flamethrower, cleansing everything. It says, oops. I love that. Oh my god.
No, actually, I don't want to do that. I'll do that next turn.
Chupacabra played for no value. But it was X-proof, exactly. Yeah, it was X-proof. It wasn't flamethrower proof.
So we have a 1, a 3. So we have 0, 2, 3. So one more card and we will be good from that. What do I want to do here?
You could run Sanguine Sacrament, but honestly, I think you should save that.
Yeah, because I'm going to be flipping that next turn, which means we can
Right.
do a lot of silly things.
I mean, you could go ahead and do Gaia's Blessing, right? If you wanted to.
yeah, in theory.
Golgari Find
Let's
Broker.
look back the Carnage Tyrant. Not
Uh-huh,
knowing that we
that's
have
fine.
another Cleansing Nova in our hands.
Sure. You have your Carnage Tyrant. Oh dear, they played it again. Is this where for our next turn you just go ahead and Cleansing Nova all over again?
Yeah,
Or are you going to
basically.
give them hope?
No, I'm just going to
okay.
Cleansing Nova them.
Protection Tower. And a murder! dun 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 dun.
Just for added emphasis, I'm going to cleanse it twice.
Dun, 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 dun. Whoosh! Come on!
There was absolutely no need for me to do that, but I thought it was funny.
Screw you, buddy. Yeah, exactly, Morat. Oh, come on. I want to see you use both the artifact you're working on and the double cast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. And
That's the
then
goal.
he can cast as many Carnage Tyrants as he wants, because I won't care.
I hope you don't quit before they get stupid life. You didn't see the first run of this, I'm guessing. We broke the game the first time we played this, and it worked. What was it? 853 life, and then the game just fell over.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 853 against like 14 or something.
Okay, so that's 62, 63, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Could be here a while. I know it's my goal. Just wait.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is, folks. 376. Your go, asshole.
Oh my god. Ah! We broke it!
Yes. Woohoo! Unexpected match completion. MTGA has fallen over.
Ah. It's a shame, because we were going to revenge next turn and double that. Twice.
Preacher said, we're going to be a bit, folks. Refill your drinks. Yep.
And that is why this is called the Game Breaker.
Yeah, it's a great deck. So I had a request of Mr. Trunks. I did have one minor request. I want to get the core behind this deck. And I want to pair it. What is it called? Chains of the Tormentor? Stare into the void. Chains. I think it's Chains. It's a saga.
Chainer's Torment.
Chainer. Yeah. That's where it is. Okay, so Chainer's Torment. On that third round, basically, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. You gain 2 life. But on the third round, it creates a creature that has strength and toughness equal to half of your life total. So I figure if we could use Chainer's Torment, use this deck, and actually make a creature that's like, if we could have done it right there before the game fell over, it would have been, what was we were at 370 something?
376, so it would have been what, 173? 173,
Something like that?
173?
Yeah. Yeah, and it took way less to break it this time. I don't know why. Maybe they put in more safety measures just to prevent other things from falling over as well.
Possibly. I don't know. That was hilarious.
Oh, man, that was great. That was super great. That's just one of those things where you're like, hold on, give me a minute. And you're just counting mana, and the guy on the other side of the table's like panicking.
Yeah, the guy on the other side of the table's like, your go. It's like, yeah, hang on.
I'm counting. Math is hard.
Some of us have to math in this game.
You need to clip that and send it to the devs. Oh, they'll
Not
love
a
it, I'm
thought
sure.
erasure. What are you going to get rid of? Ixalan's Binding? Please discard
Probably.
Sanguine Sacrament, because then it'll just go on the bottom of my library. Fastest Contempt.
Weird. I mean, not terribly weird. They have, what is that, a blue-white?
Blue, white, black.
Okay.
Esper Control.
Yeah.
Or Budget Esper Control, I should say.
Budget expert control.
Well, these should be Glacial Fortresses.
What's one of the discount kind of Walmart kind of stores over there in the UK? Like is it B and Q? No.
B&Q's a DIY store.
Is that a
A hardware
Yeah,
store.
DIY store, crap.
In your
I
terminology.
can't remember. There was I used to know one of the.
We have Aldi and Lidl. Those are kind of the two discounting
Yeah.
stores.
Is it kind of like an Aldi version of Esper Control?
Fuck.
Dot erasure. Sainsbury or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, it's like an
Sainsbury's
Aldi
actually
version of
like
Esper
upper market compared to.
Yeah, I thought. Was it Sainsbury and Marks and Spencer?
Yeah.
M&S.
Yeah, M&S. They were definitely
The higher end. Not top end, but higher end. I love that artwork, by the way, when it comes on play.
It's spectacular.
Yeah, Zora's Gateway. Just turning.
He's now looking at the cards in the field going, what the fuck?
What is going on?
He's trying to decide what he wants to mortify.
Probably.
Ooh, Deputy of Detention. Interesting.
God Rays, we have not played God Rays yet today, so it's not somebody we scarred with an earlier deck.
Hi, all of that thought erasure was for nothing. Mahaha. Please don't thought erasure me again. I need to excellence binding your Deputy of Detention. Like, please don't thought erasure me.
What's
Please.
sitting under the Deputy of
Zora's
Detention?
Gateway.
Okay. I missed that.
Oh, he has counterspell man up. Please play something so that I know you don't have a counterspell. Yeah, that
Nope.
works.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice graphics. Whoop, whoop. Everything slides back into place. I'm kind of hoping this would work. I just want to see a crazy health value, something like a 40-40, void horror
Giving
if
that
sitting on the field. order.
Vigilance, I'm assuming? No, you've put mana in to give it vigilance, then went through phases. Well, that was silly. Mortify on the... Yeah, that's what I thought. God damn it. Don't make me. Give me my gateway back.
Excuse me, I believe that's mine.
Yeah, unfortunately we have lost, like, the X-Lines Binding and the Revival. It's not
Yep.
not the best, but we'll live. Man, how dare you make me discard a card? Oh look. Sanguine Sacrament. 3/4. Hi. Life here.
Dun dun dun.
The unfortunate thing is this is a mid-range deck, which is really good against combo decks.
Yeah.
So we are likely to get squashed. Unless I can draw a Cleansing Nova. Please don't. What? Why? Leave the gateway alone.
Alone. They keep resetting your stack. I assume that's what they're doing. Oh. Chainer's Torment.
I really did not want to draw this right now.
Yeah, it'd be a 10-10, unfortunately. Whatever. Unless you get some other trick up your sleeve between now and turn 3.
I mean, Sanguine Sacrament is unfortunately on the bottom of our library right now, so...
Mm-hmm.
And Revival Revenge has been exiled, so we're kind of screwed. Costs 3, okay. Oh wait, he can play Azor's Gateway. Mother fluffer.
Annie?
Yeah, because he hostage took it.
Yep, there we go. He's got it highlighted.
No,
I
that
was looking
that
at
was
it
me.
for a second there. Oh, was that you?
If he played, yeah, that's game.
Okay.
We only have one of those in
Yeah.
the decks, and we kind of need it to make the whole combo work.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll try again. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. Building burning down around me.
So one of the group of people that I watch MTG content of online is Loading Ready Run. They're Canada-based
Yes.
group of really nice people, comedians. They do pre-release stuff in association with Wizards of the Coast. All sorts of great streams, great content. They have twice a week, I think it is, MTGA streams. Really cool. And their basic motto, they actually have somebody that has embroidered this so they could hang it on the wall in their offices, is everything is fine. So,
Yeah.
which I just think is funny.
For the record, this was a terrible hand to keep, and I would never recommend doing it. But I had 2 Fountains of Renewal in it, so
The second Fountain of Renewal is when somebody usually goes, "Oh God, not one of these."
god damn it! I just need 1 land, preferably a black
No, you-
land. I know I need several more land than that,
You-
but shh,
You don't,
don't
you
tell
don't,
anyone.
You don't need land. You don't need land. No, land's
Yes.
overrated, man.
Please hit me with your 1/2 when I have 2 Fountains of Renewal in play.
Well, there's another one too.
Oh look, it's a land. It's the one freaking colour of land, but Vindictive Vampire.
As opposed to the other kind of vampire.
Are these vampire? No, those are humans. Okay. Yes, please. Game. Give me land. Oh no, we're finally going to lose life. Game.
You have to discard.
I guess I'll discard one of my 3 Vraska's Contempts.
Pitiless Pontiff. Look at all the land they have. Wow, it must be nice.
I know, right?
Predictions? Predictions.
It's going to be a shock land, just to try to add insult to injury.
Nope.
I give up.
Welcome to Magic the Gathering Arena, ladies and gentlemen.
This is why we don't
so
keep our one-land hand.
I was reading somebody talking about on Reddit. They were talking about how MTGA works, how they think it works, and how every count has a seed, a random seed like code. You know, it's like a random seed number that's used. So when your account is interacting with the shuffle engine or the random card generation engine, or I guess it's the shuffle engine for you know, shuffling your deck when you're going into the game. It's using a combination of math, like, you know, the current time and stuff like this, in combination with your seed, your account seed, to generate a randomly shuffled deck for you. And how, if they do that, if they do it in a certain, and there's several different ways they could do it, and a lot of them could result in certain accounts having a seed code that would result in them constantly getting land heavy shuffles. And because, I mean, basically the way the math would have to work, you could end up in a certain situation where certain accounts would always be getting no land, certain accounts would always be getting tons of land, and there could even be some in between cases based upon how the seed is done and how the math generation is done. And they went through doing, and they were stating very firmly, I don't know that they do this, and I can't prove it, but if they are doing it this method, this is one of several methods they can do it. It's not a good way to do it. So yeah, Marat says far too many games like that are why I don't play this that often. I have to painfully admit, I do this once a week with Trunks, and I'll maybe play this game once every other week, tops, because I'll have 2 hours of land, and I get frustrated and I step out. It is the single biggest downfall of this game for
Oh
me
my
right now.
god, negate? Wow. Just wow.
I made a 60-card deck that had 28 land. I didn't get a third land until around turn 5, yeah. That sounds about right.
So there are some people that maintain that if you run 14 lands, you can guarantee that you will have enough land to play a 3 mana casting cost on curve, which I found quite amusing.
14 land?
Yeah.
Their auto suggester starts off at 24, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. I remember you linked an article in the League of Ordinary Gamers Discord about mana curve, and it was a pretty elaborate, mathematically heavy article. It was fascinating, but it was very, deep. And the person went into very elaborate levels of math on, these kinds of cards, this amount of mana on the average. This is the kind of, these are the numbers of mana you want of these colors and how to determine. And it was very, very interesting. Actual probability does not equate to the actual observed draw rate. There's a distinct possibility, Mallrat, that it could be 14 land and a 60 card deck hits some kind of weird point in the shuffle engine that actually makes it do a strange thing. There is always the possibility that it's a mathematical flaw that somebody has found, where if you put 14 cards in 14 land cards in a deck of 60 cards, it does something strange to the math on how it determines the shuffle.
Yeah, it's to do with because the basic way that it works. Oh, we'll create a Manafort deck. Was when you play best of one, the game draws two hands for you, and gives you the most, the one that is most appropriate ratio land to spells. And apparently, like somewhere between like 14 and 16 lands is where that sweet spot is, so that every time that the game draws 2 hands, you get at least one with 2 land in it.
Yeah. Which is very interesting. So yeah.
It's super interesting.
Yeah.
So unfortunately I couldn't make your deck work very well.
It's a big ask.
We keep either losing before we get to that point or killing people before we get to that point.
I do think it could be a really fun thing. I have been destroyed. Somebody put out Chainer's Torment, and I'm like, oh, it's a saga, and I kind of discounted it. And then 2 turns later, there was an 84 nightmare staring at me on the board, and I was like, well, this game's over.
Yeah.
It had some. They gave it trample too, which is just a hilarious part. So yeah, that's one of those just kind of perfect decks. It's like, oh, it would be perfect if, and you could get it to work. But of course, they usually are the most complicated of concepts, and they're never going to actually snap together.
Basically.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, looking at the old clock on the wall, we're at about our 2-hour mark.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Should we adjourn here for the week? Giving it a nice end point.
Yeah. Next week is the opening weekend for the early access people for Anthem.
Oh yeah, so it is.
Yeah.
That's on
I don't. Yeah, it starts on Thursday, but I have considered doing maybe some Friday live streaming. I'm not saying that I'm not showing up to this. I'm just saying you might have to drag me away.
Yeah, I might not show up for this. This might not
We
be
could
hit
do
the
it.
deck next week. This might be
Yeah. Anthem.
Whatever. We'll come up with something for Anthem.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. So we'll see. I think there could be some really cool combos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There'll be tweets and whatnot. So
Yeah.
follow either myself or Vagram, twitter.com/Trunkus909 or twitter.com/Vagram.
Yeah.
And one of us will say something.
Yes. Then we might say several things. You never know.
We may say stuff and things.
Yeah.
Look, now you can look at Teferi's wonderful face.
Yeah.
Because everyone loves Teferi.
Why don't you take us out here, George?
I'm waiting for OBS to load. Roll the credits. Thank you all very much for coming. We will be back next week in some form of stream. We just don't know what yet. In the meantime, please follow myself. This is my channel, so you know where I am. Or Mr. Vagram at twitch.tv/Vagram. And we shall catch you all next week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Okay. Bye-bye.